This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Kubernetes Contributor Summit EU 2023 Summit Team Meeting. Today is April 3rd, 2023. As a reminder, we abide by the CNCF Code of Conduct, which means be excellent to each other. And if you have not put your name in the meeting notes document, please go do that. So let's get started. First of all, we have 2 weeks to go. 2 weeks left. Woo! And we probably have to move the meeting next Monday because next Monday is Easter Monday and a lot of people are going to have the day off. And we definitely want to have at least one more checkpoint. Realistically, before our next meeting, I am pounding my table with my hand. Before our next meeting, we want almost everything set in stone. It is go time. This is the panic week. Because anything that's not set in stone, that's the thing that's going to definitely need attention because the following week is the summit. I don't know if I can be more emphatic about that. Maybe some backup dancers or something. Whew. Okay. Any objection to bumping next week's meeting to Tuesday? Is that a time slot that works for everyone?
Let me double check. I think I might be flying to Amsterdam on Tuesday. Yes, I will be on a plane on my way to Amsterdam on Tuesday.
So it's final for you.
It is. I'm going.
So
I will be on a plane to Raleigh at that point.
So
week.
maybe Wednesday?
Yes, Wednesday I can do.
No, I can't do it. I can leave notes. You don't need to worry about me. Like,
okay,
SIG meet and greet is later in the week anyway. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. We'll take it to Slack, and we'll ask for thumbs downs or something like that on what days people can and can't meet. So that we can figure out what the best day to meet is. Mostly we need the leads who are going to be in charge of disseminating information to their teams. For those of you that have teams. Okay. Next thing. We want to confirm with the one member of steering that is on the call which members of steering will be present and in place for the steering AMA. I want to make sure everybody knows about that. We've thrown it out.
Theoretically, everyone but Ben.
Okay.
Pending flight, COVID, all that stuff.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that, like we've been talking about it, but did we forget to tell steering that we were going to do a steering AMA?
No, they know.
Okay, awesome. Cool.
If there is an exact time for that, like, is that on the schedule yet?
I don't think it's on the schedule yet, but it should be something like 9:15 to 10:30.
Okay.
Give or take. We'll get to the scheduling later. That's going to happen today. We're going to work on that. Next things from a lead perspective that we need to talk about. We need to start looking at who is going to be the leads for Chicago because KubeCon's over. Time to get ready for KubeCon is a real phenomenon. And so far, Nigel, who is currently our shadow for lead, has volunteered to be a lead for Chicago. I don't know what other lazy consensus we have for other people stepping up, and we'll need other leads as well. So start thinking about that between yourself and your shadows.
Yeah, we also need to throw that out onto ContribEx in general, because obviously there are people who did not volunteer for this team because of location.
Who will want to be involved.
Who will be interested in helping with Chicago. So
Yeah.
the we should throw that out there. Because like I know, for example, some of my coworkers have now been enrolled as ambassadors now who are in North America and might be able to help with Chicago. So
Okay. Make sure we comes to KCNtribEx to get folks who want to be involved. Listening to me type. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Josh, for bringing that up. Last thing from a leads perspective is we've done some off the radar conversations about it, but we want to have an official postmortem after the event, what worked, what didn't, and that will include updates that we need to make to the role guides based on outcomes from this, things like time zones, number of shadows, et cetera, et cetera. We want to make sure that that gets somehow at least pushed forward, if not formalized, so that we can continually do better jobs. We can continue to be better people. And
I think it's on the calendar already.
Oh,
for
cool.
2 weeks after.
Yep. Let me check.
Yes. That would be awesome.
That would
Still
be
have-
perfect.
Never mind. It is not. It's only 1 week after, but I will take care of that.
Yeah, because I think the week after is probably going to be downtime for a lot.
Yeah. I thought,
Especially
yeah.
when the
I'll fix it
out-of-offices are
quick.
coming in hot and fast today.
Mhm.
I thought it's scheduled it previously for 2 weeks after that, but
Calendar math is not trivial.
yeah.
No, it's not. Okay, awesome. Next up, I think that's all of our lead updates. Myself and Puya and Nigel are working on a slide deck for the first, 10 minutes that we're going to be up there singing and dancing. Okay, so on to CNCF updates with Brienne. Got any updates for us, Brienne?
I don't have too many updates. More or less just reminding you that once you have the agenda, please share with me. It is really important that I have the correct timing for all of our food and beverage. And I need anything for speaker count. I do have 20 tickets reserved. As you all know, KubeCon is sold out. So I was able to have them set aside 20 tickets specifically for KCS speakers that will be coming and need to register. So as soon as we have that figured out, I need to make sure that I can get them the appropriate codes and everything so that they are able to register. So quicker I can get that information, the smoother that everything will go. Again, KubeCon is sold out, so that also means any new KCS registrations that do come in will need to be waitlisted for when or if any KubeCon passes become available. I will share that our wait list is incredibly long, so no promises there, but yes, this event has taken off. It is now the largest KubeCon that has ever happened, so it's exciting but crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Crazy.
yeah.
wait,
Yeah.
I thought San Diego was 14,000.
Yeah.
No, this is the largest that has ever had in-person attendance. The largest in-person.
Oh,
numbers,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think even with our, I'm not sure what the virtual numbers are for this one, but I think we have already surpassed that one as well. So yeah.
San Diego wasn't hybrid though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to ask Vanessa because they've been telling everybody that this is the largest one so far. So
Okay.
Maybe
It's the largest EU one.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
maybe,
definitely
maybe
definitely
it's
the largest EU one.
yeah.
definitely. That,
The,
yeah.
So one thing I'll have to raise, we don't have any requests for this currently in the queue. But if we have somebody who's critical to be there, who is European and doesn't have a KubeCon pass, Can we arrange some way for them to get in only to the contributor summit since we can't get them KubeCon pass at this point?
Yeah, so that is actually something that I am working with our team on. I brought it up to them last week. So they are kind of trying to come up with an option for that. So it is in the works. If we do have somebody that does need to be there, we probably can make it happen where we're able to get an extra pass or something. So if there is somebody that is absolutely critical, needs to be there, let me know and we will find a way to get them there.
Other quick question: has anyone that's registered so far not been registered for KubeCon?
So we are running the audit list this week,
Okay.
and that I will have that information hopefully later this week. So I will let you know if we run into that. And again, I have also raised that question: if we run into that situation, will they be able to give us a few additional KubeCon passes to make sure that those people are able to register,
So-
since they have already registered for KCS?
One thing, I know people have registered that originally were planning to go, but did not get travel approval. So those ones probably will not have a actual KubeCon registration.
Okay.
So yeah, we probably will have to do some, reach out once you have that list.
Okay. Yeah, I know the person that does the KCS side of the registration. She is out of office today, but she'll be back first thing tomorrow. So I'll touch base with her in the morning and see if I can get her to run that list for me tomorrow. Let's see, any other updates? No, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, most important thing for me is once I can get the agenda or timing for food and beverage, just because I know that's due to the venue. Right now, I just have some placeholder times in there, but the sooner I can get that, the better. So please pass that along when you have it.
Awesome. The questions that I had, because we didn't really think about them earlier, signage has been done for a while. What could we do in terms of, I'd like to get a QR code for the unconference issue, and potentially just stick it on the wall right outside the unconference rooms. Can we just print it out and tape it up there? Is there a better way to do it?
Yeah, we could do that. Or if you wanted to include something on the signage, I could order, I've done it before where I order like vinyl stickers. So I could have it printed as like a sticker, and then we can actually put it right on the signage too. So if you want to just print something out and stick it on a wall, we can do that. Or if we want to make it look a little bit nicer and more official, I can go the sticker route.
Awesome. We'll try and get that figured out in the next day or two then.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I can order the company I get the stickers from. I mean, I could have them sent to my house in like 2 or 3 days. So timing isn't really an issue with that.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Actually, one other question, if you don't mind. Has a walkthrough been scheduled?
So we don't have a formal walkthrough with the venue, but I will be on site. So whatever time kind of works for everybody else, I will be there. I do have a walkthrough scheduled for the offsite. Let me check what day that is. So offsite venue for the celebration is going to be at 10:30 a.m. on April 17th. So anybody that would like to check out the Strand Zuid Beach Club or whatever they call it, I will be heading over there and doing a walkthrough with them.
That's 10:30 a.m. on the 17th, right? Which is
Correct.
Monday.
Yep.
Okay. So I'll mark that under the celebration. And we could probably just do the site walkthrough. If everyone will be on site, we could probably just do the site walkthrough of this space after we do the walkthrough of the celebration.
Yeah, I was going to say we could either do it right before or right after. I don't know that it'll be fully set up yet, but you'll at least be able to see, the space, and I'm sure they'll be setting it up. So you'll be able to get a good idea.
Awesome.
And then I'll be pretty much in the KCS space all day Monday, setting everything up and making sure it's ready to roll for Tuesday.
I'll say that's fine. It's mostly just that way we can get an idea of the lay of the land and
Yeah.
the space.
That's
Yeah.
going to be really important for you, Federico.
Yeah.
Are you going to be there on Monday, Federico?
Hello. Yeah, I'm going to be there on Monday, but not Monday morning. I will arrive after lunch
Okay.
in Amsterdam, and I will likely just drop things at the hotel and go directly to the conference center.
Okay.
I can see if I think that I will be on time to find people there, but I will check the hours during the week.
Awesome. Then we'll wait for you to do the walkthrough of the actual KCS area,
Excellent.
and I guess we'll just convene in the staff room on Monday, whenever
Yeah.
everybody gets there. Awesome.
Should we like put a calendar entry there to have everyone?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, actually, yes. Let me see what I have here in terms of.
I'm also arriving around noon, I think, or maybe a bit earlier, depending on my train.
Okay, we'll take the calendar invite to Slack.
I due to arrive at 3:30 p.m. So I would say that another hour at least to get there. So I would say not realistically, I won't be there before 4:30, 5 p.m.
Yeah, otherwise we can maybe start early. And then...
Okay. We can do a couple too if we have to.
Yeah.
Site walkthrough on Monday. Take calendar invite to Slack. Okay. Anything else for Brienne or about the venue in general?
I can say that we will have mocktails at the celebration.
Thank you.
My other exciting update for today.
Woohoo! Excited about that.
Yeah, same.
I do have that well, a little bit personal thing about my status is not of staff. It's I'm registered as a guest. I think that needs to be changed, right?
Go ahead, Brienne. I see you.
I was going to say,
unmuted.
yeah, we can. I can update that on the back end.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. No problem.
Awesome. Thank you, Brienne. I think all the other leads are in as staff. Leads, please check your shadows in the staff list. If you don't know where that is, we can share it. Okay. Moving along. On to the next part of panic. Jason, content. The CFP has closed. It is panic time. Ah!
Yeah, so we got 18 responses to the CFP. So what I will do is I will start putting that together in a form that I can get feedback from all the shadows on any that we need to potentially kick. Generally, the only thing we've kicked in the past is things that just aren't relative to the audience at Contributor Summit. Like, here's how you start contributing to Kubernetes. That's not content that any of the contributors want to hear. Otherwise, everything's generally blanket approved, and it's just a matter of shuffling the schedule around to make sure that we don't have any obvious kind of conflicts on topics at the same time frame. So if a SIG is meeting to talk about, say, networking, we probably wouldn't want a networking oriented session to be going on at that same time, since it would be a conflict for attendees of things like that. So I'll be basically plopping the spreadsheet or adding a couple of different fields to the spreadsheet so that we can get feedback from the shadows real quick, and then start plopping everything in the schedule. And by the end of the week, we will have a schedule.
Awesome. I did notice one where I was, when I peeked through the forum, that I said, that's not really an appropriate talk. And they asked for sponsorship to attend.
Yeah.
So
Double whammy.
I think somebody used it as their backdoor to try to get into the conference.
Right.
Yeah.
That was-
And unfortunately, when we look at the shifted CFP time, it's not enough time to get like employer approval to go to the conference by the time we announce the schedule anyway. You know, it's generally one of the things that you already need approval to the conference to really participate in. As far as the unconference, yeah, there are still no responses on that unconference thread. Not overly concerned right now. I think as we get closer, we'll likely see some submissions start to plop in, especially as we kind of blast out kind of the last minute kind of reminders for folks for the Contrib Summit. And we'll also have the opportunity the day of to kind of mention it at the beginning so that if anybody wants to add anything day of, we'll have that possibility, and we can even kind of fill things along as they go. And even if we need to, we can kind of voluntold certain people to lead kind of birds of a feather sessions to fill out any open space, I think. So if anybody's got any ideas on good birds of a feather topic, we can go ahead and start probably just dropping some of those ideas right into the unconference thing right now, or we can kind of keep them in our back pocket.
Okay. Yeah, I
We'll
was
include it in the slides then. Yes.
definitely. We've got
Yeah.
who's going what, where, what things need to be looked at. I was going to drop a session in there about non-code stuff, but I didn't want to be the first one to drop a session in there. It's like, why is one of the leads putting stuff in there? And also I like your idea of just keeping it in the back pocket in case other folks don't fill it out. So,
yeah.
But I think we're going to have to hedge our bets a little bit, because if we've got 18 submissions and we've got realistically 3 rooms, well, 3.5 rooms, we'll say, for talk tracks, that could potentially fill up real fast.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I haven't done a pass yet to see anything that obviously needs to be kicked. Also, I didn't want to kind of do anything unilaterally without incorporating the shadows to get them involved as well.
Awesome. Are we going to get something on the schedule for today? That was the other thing I needed to ask Bob, was about this Zoom. If this Zoom is just available in this time slot or not. Does anybody know how these Zooms work? Can we just pick it up whenever?
Generally, because there's a different kind of account for each group, as long as there isn't a KCNtribEx event happening at the same time, you can reuse the same Zoom ID.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as you have the host code, it's fine.
Then I would say let's use this Zoom for those conversations for the scheduling today.
Yep.
Okay. We'll worry about the unconference stuff when we get there. If we're going to get stickers for QR codes, that gets us covered. Anything else on content? Questions for Jason or comments or anything like that? Awesome. That'll be rolling. We'll have it set in stone. We'll have the calendar hopefully within a couple days, and then we're ready to rock. Comms with Chris. Chris, what you got for us?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you? So not much left from the comms perspective side, right? Like, got comms for Laura that I need to get out the door this week. I need to refigure out the Slack bot. I was going to work with Noah and Nigel on getting North America lead comms out. And there's a Know Before You Go coming up. There's a post-event survey that we also need to share. Is there anything else that anybody knows we need to send out before the event?
Does the Know Before You Go talk about the unconference?
I
as we continually kick and remind people.
Let's see.
I don't think they need a separate.
No, it does not.
Let's add it.
Oh, it does. It does.
Oh yeah, cool.
Awesome.
It has it on the schedule. And I mean, I could put the issue there too.
That'd be good.
Yeah, let's link the issue then. It's quicker.
Any to the group at large, any comms that we're missing? Anything that you think needs to be announced?
SIG meet and greet comms, maybe.
That's the one with Laura.
Yeah, that's for Laura. Sorry, I didn't make that clear. My bad.
Okay, all right. Oh yeah. Oh. It's been a long day. So-
Yeah, sorry. It's already Monday here.
I mean, me too, and it's only 9:30 a.m. So it's
I made 3 phone calls before 9:30 a.m. Like, that's a lot for me.
Wow.
too many. Let's see. Anything else for comms? We have to know before you go. The post-event survey, SIG meet and greet conversation, which we'll get to, but I see is getting traction. What do we need to know about the Slack bot? You mentioned it.
Which channels to throw it in, and
Okay.
maybe to just find the file that has the list that it's in and go from there.
Awesome. Anything else?
That's
Going
all I
once,
got, unless someone's got something else.
Going twice. Sold to the man in
Uh,
Kubernetes head.
I was gonna say one thing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Also, my
Mhm.
camera isn't working at the moment. I'll fix that later. But for the SIG meet and greet, did we need to do more comms at SIG folks internally, contributors, to make sure that they're going to be there? Did we do enough there? Is Laura not here anymore?
Where's
No,
your-
she's here. She's just
Hi. I'm sorry. I got distracted by a chat and missed your question. Could you ask it again?
All good. I was asking, how are we doing on getting contributors signed up for the SIG meet and greet? Do we need more comms to get SIG folks
So-
signed up?
So SIG folks themselves, we've got about 16 groups signed up. Most of them have backups, which I'm pleased with. That's at least something. I'm always a little nervous when it's just one person signing up for like 5 different SIGs. But it looks like we have a fairly good spread. The second comms should actually help a ton. The thing I want to make sure of is that people actually show up to talk to said groups. And that's going to be the new email, because that's a new comms that we haven't ever really put out before, it sounds like. So
yeah.
that
And you're
should
gonna
help a
have
lot.
a very specific list of people to send that to. I'm assuming.
Well, I wasn't sure. I was kind of thinking it's worth it just to send it to DevAt,
Okay.
because
That
if
works.
people are interested in learning about joining a SIG, that's really what I want people to show up for.
Cool.
But yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking. Just because it always ends up being somewhere off in a corner or like farther away from the main
Mhm.
stuff for
Oh,
good
yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
But if you can get people to know that it's coming, they can schedule running over there for it. Because we had a lot of people, I remember, in when we were in LA, that they showed up and they're like, yeah, I only knew about this like 10 minutes ago. I booked over here. I hope I'm not late.
Right.
There were quite
No,
a
I
few
remember
people who
that.
saw it that way. Yeah. So if we can get an email out early, maybe they'll notice it in time. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I mean, I wonder if mid-conference we should send out a reminder.
Well,
the
that's
SIG
what
meet
I'm
and greet.
I'm actually plugging that into the attendee com schedule right now.
Gotcha.
SIG meet and greet week of reminder is basically what I'm calling it.
Yeah.
And Laura and I
Yeah.
can hash out what needs to go in it.
Yeah. The one thing I guess I'm concerned about is like a lot of people are leaving before SIG meet and greet. Like
It's
there's
true.
quite
I
a few
am.
people who are leaving on Friday. And actually I had a couple people realize and back out of representing a SIG. Thankfully we're okay, but it definitely was like a moment of, oh, wait a minute. Yes, Kazlan, I already have you down on the list. But yeah, so it's just one of those things that I'm a little wondering, something for retro for next year is considering, could we move meet and greet to be sure people can attend? Instead of having it at like the end of the conference, maybe towards the middle. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to schedule. Schedules are
yeah.
hard.
Like
Schedules
Yeah,
are
but
hard.
maybe
We've
Thursdays are better than
Yeah.
Fridays. Right? Like a lot of people
Right.
leave Fridays, and
like my Thursday's pretty open, and I leave on Friday.
yeah,
Right.
it's oftentimes
Yeah.
like that, right?
Mhm.
I
Yeah, the
mainly the
CNCF
only
is
reason
trying to-
I'm still. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Josh.
I'm just saying the CNCF is trying to balance us against other lunchtime events.
Sure.
And
All right.
and Friday has not been a problem for previous KubeCons.
Yeah.
Makes
But,
sense.
I guess
for
this
some
year
reason
is a bit
people are
like-
leaving earlier in this one.
Also
Well, I think it has to do
travel
with travel.
budgets and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like hotels
Exactly.
being a few $100 or even more.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, and
Yeah.
also depending on which hotel you're in, your rates go up on that weekend because
Yeah.
King Joseph Day is the next week. So
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
King's Day.
Mm.
Yeah, I've heard like of horrendously high prices. Like I was in Amsterdam a few weeks ago and I paid like 140 a night for a double room. But that's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I
That's rough.
would say having KubeCon in Amsterdam during tulip season presents certain challenges,
And
yeah.
Yeah.
and
but
we can't-
opportunities for those of us who are making it there.
Yes. But,
Well,
and we
that and April
can't,
20th.
Yeah.
Mhm.
April 20th is the thing.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Reasons.
Can't forget that is definitely a tourist attraction. Okay. Where were we?
Reg.
Okay. Mars, how we doing? Mars still here?
I think we're good. We have 172 registrations, which is
Awesome.
yay. Yes, and still only 22 staff. So I don't know what that means. I guess we have too many shadows who are not registered. I don't know.
Yeah. Could each of the leads please go through and check your list of shadows against it and find out whether or not they're even going to be there, find out if they are, how they registered. That's
Yes, please.
conveniently, Jason, you're talking to all your shadows today.
And
Everybody else, go check the list against your list of shadows and see what that looks like.
And another thing is that I think we are closing registration on Thursday before the event or Friday. I'm not sure if we should mention it in comms. I forgot to ask earlier. Sorry. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
registration is set to close on Thursday the 13th. Then yes, Thursday the 13th.
Okay. So I'm not sure if we will allow on-site registrations or late registrations. Probably no. So we probably should mention it to some folks like, hey, please register if you're not. If you plan to attend, we are cool. Please come join us.
Okay.
Where is yield list, Noah? Sorry.
It's in the spreadsheet under the tab that says registration approvals.
Cool.
I'll
Thanks.
send the link. Moment. Ta-da. Here's a link.
Yay. Thanks, Mars.
Mars on top of it. Okay. Any other questions, concerns, recipes about Reg? Going once, going twice. Moving on. Celebration. Is Xander here?
No.
Nope. Let's see. Any comments? No. Things are underway. I know puzzles have been ordered. We'll do the walkthrough Monday the 17th. We have mocktails. And honestly, I think that is the majority of it. Our area is the outside area, right, Brian?
Correct. It is an outside area. There might be a small inside space, but for the most part, it is outside.
And I think that'll make a lot of people happy,
Mhm.
considering the change in recent changes in health regulations.
It's covered though, yeah?
Yes, they have covered spaces and there will be like space heaters. So if it's on the cooler side, it should be warm enough for people.
And we're handing out hoodies, right?
Yes, we do have hoodies.
I mean,
That's-
KCD Amsterdam was way colder, definitely, and there was outside, and people were just outside. Like nobody was going inside, mainly.
When was that?
Surprise me.
Months ago or so.
Okay,
It
so
was definitely cold, but they had space heaters, and everyone was fine. Like as long as it's.
I think if people are willing to do it in the beginning of March, then people are still willing to do it at the end of April.
Yeah.
Awesome. Any questions about the celebration? I feel like we're keeping this one a little bit more less inundation than the one in Detroit was. A little bit more low key conversational. So
The social, you mean?
yeah. Okay, moving on. Ops with Frederico. I know you are waiting for that schedule.
Yeah, I was going to say that. So I'm monitoring that file. No worries. I know that the last week will be the one where that work needs to be done. In the meantime, I will do something else, which is to validate the registration and the shadows to be sure that they are also properly tagged there. There was some discussion in our channel around note taking. I took that into consideration as well. Not necessarily, as I understood it, to have ops shadows doing the note taking, but perhaps in I don't know, helping or providing the necessary resources and checking if there is anyone doing the note taking in the rooms. I don't know, is there any additional feedback on this that I should take into consideration for the tasks that I will assign to the shadow?
I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah.
note taker should be somebody who's like involved in that conversation, not
The
somebody
specific
who's-
one, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's
Understood.
mainly on the ops person to kind of remind them, hey, do you have a note taker?
No,
And
exactly.
please share them
Perfect.
afterwards publicly and these kind of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
It's
The
more
other
of
thing
an
is we-
enablement than anything. Yeah. Sorry.
One thing that worked well in Detroit is we need a designated, really easy place to drop raw notes into.
Okay. Excellent.
We need a Google Drive.
And to share other previous wisdom from previous ones like San Diego, what did not work is GitHub.
Yes. Right.
So what
We had
we
Google
did
Docs,
in
right?
Detroit was a Google Drive folder.
All right.
And that seemed to work fairly well.
Okay.
How do we get that set up? Do we need to ping someone for that? Or
It can just, I mean, Frederico can just use one. This is a temporary holding area, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Then eventually the notes
doesn't
get
need to
into
be an
GitHub.
official
It's just that's
CNCF
a
drive thing.
I'll create
process.
one on my own space, and then it's just a buffer, right? Just to
yeah.
get them during the day, and then yeah, absolutely. I'll be on it.
Cool.
Okay. I just threw a note in the staff channel. I think if we could make it be one that is owned by like KCNtribEx, then we wouldn't have to worry about moving it at a later date. But if we can't get that, then having somebody just stand one up, preferably with a short link to go to it, so that we can also have that in, maybe we print that out. Note takers, here's your QR code. Because nobody wants to type things on their phone, but.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yes.
Okay. What else for ops? You got your clipboard ready? I highly recommend that not only are you going to be the guy with the clipboard, but if you have extra copies, once we get the schedule, and I know
I'll print them on. Yeah.
The people that are running the rooms need them, but occasionally it's useful for like the folks running AV in a particular room to also have a copy of the schedule. And I've had them ask for that before, like, oh, hey, can I have a copy of that? So
absolutely.
Definitely
I'll work on things, and prior to getting on the plane, I'll just print them out and and put it on my note on my binder and just have it ready for distribution there.
Awesome. Perfect. I don't think there's anything else. Everything else should be inherent in the stuff that we shared months ago.
Yep. And anyway, I will ask for you specifically for your inputs into the things that I will be doing. Not now because I don't have enough content there for it to be worth your while, but I think in a couple of days or 1 week tops, I will share with you what I have so that we can clearly identify some missing aspects that I'm not addressing.
Awesome. And that ops in general has been lacking a role guide. So maybe you and I can make that a thing after the when we do the postmortem and we go, everybody else is going to update the role guides. I don't think I ever wrote really the operations role guide.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'm up for it.
Awesome.
You embodied the role guide.
This Zoom is the role guide. Okay. Awesome. Anything else for operations? Anything else that people are thinking of that we're missing? Okay. Moving on. SIG meet and greet. We already talked about most of that. What else you got for us?
Yeah, nothing. I pretty much said everything I was going to say. We got the 16 groups signed up with backups. It's exciting for most of them. Having backups is good. Getting a lot of people saying they're not going to make it because of Friday afternoon being the thing. And then it's just letting people know it's happening. So, and we're on it. There's drafts out and things happening. So yeah.
16 out. What do we got? 22 SIGs right now? Is that the number?
I don't remember. I made a list and I don't have it handy. There's a couple working groups who are showing up, which is great.
Oh, cool.
I don't know that we normally have a lot of working groups show up. So we've got batch and policy, data protection. Pretty cool.
Nice.
Couple of committees also showing up. So hopefully we'll have a pretty wide spread this time around.
That sounds like a really good turnout. I wonder if there's another way that we can publicize it in the event. Do we know anybody giving a keynote?
Yeah. Hey, you want to participate?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Well,
Jeff.
we have pins and signs for the working groups. They haven't participated before, so we didn't have them before.
So I don't know how to order extras. I also don't really know where, like, I just realized there's a tab on the spreadsheet. We didn't have this before where we write down what buttons we need. So if I need to fill out that form, I can, that tab on the spreadsheet. Is that now a thing?
Yeah, well, the CNCF staff produced these, so yeah. Just to ask you quickly, I wrote out a playbook for SIG meet and greet. You've seen that, yeah?
Yeah. The tab wasn't on the list of
the
things,
tab
so,
didn't
like,
exist when.
yeah.
I did it
So
last
now I
time,
know. But go ahead, Breen.
I was going to say, I did an inventory of what buttons we had left over from Detroit and ordered anything that was low. But if there are anything new, then I wouldn't have ordered those.
Gotcha. Okay. So there's a tab on the spreadsheet that, because I didn't know about this document spreadsheet before. This one's called SIG buttons, and it has the list of everybody. I could put down how many we need total, and then if we can double check it against what's available, that would actually work really, really well.
Yeah, if you want to do that, I can go through and just verify compared to what I have in my inventory.
Sounds great. I will do that. Now that we know
Thank
we
you.
have a tab. Yay! Tabs are nice. Spreadsheets. Live in spreadsheets. Love the spreadsheet.
Let me make a note while I'm thinking of it that we need to publicize the meet and greet, and we will do that in the slide deck. Okay. Anything else on the meet and greet? Are we good? Next week is our last meeting before the event. Woohoo!
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Everybody's gonna be busy. And also to all your other leads here, if anybody has somebody who's gonna be on site, send them to Frederico. He'll put them to work. That's all I got. No sleep till Amsterdam. Okay. Anything else? Anything else that anybody wants to bring up? Concerns? Anything at all? Like, we don't have many more chances. Next week is our final touch base. We'll have the calendar done. We'll have the schedules done. Ops will have their stuff done, and that's all the framework that we're going to work against. So be ready. Over the next week, this whole thing completely coalesces from a amorphous blob into a fully formed conference. Woo!
Yay.
Okay. I'm going to stop recording.